What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the extra points week 5 booming and busting tight ends. So, to start off with, I like Gerald Everett. Not only is Cleveland not a great tight end covering team, which usually means you need a good, strong safety, if not an incredibly fast middle linebacker, but I think that Cleveland has a good enough run defense that even if the Chargers are up, they're not going to be grinding out the clock, with any of the running backs that they have on their roster. So Gerald Everett, who slowly has starting to become Justin Herbert's favorite target, is probably going to get a lot of short targets in this game. Look for him to have 9+ receptions. Tyler Higbee versus Dallas. I like the matchup because he is going to be on the field a lot in this game. Dallas has an incredible pass rush. The Rams have a terrible the Rams have a terrible offensive line. They can't protect the quarterback, and so because of that matchup, Tyler Higbee is going to be on the field all the time, staying in the block, and that is just going to lead to more opportunities in the passing game. Tyler Conklin versus Miami, similar situation there. Miami hasn't been elite defensively without the presence of Brian Flores in that room, and especially because they don't have great linebackers in Miami. They've got good corners and they've got good edge rushers. So Tyler Conklin is going to take over the middle of the field. He got a lot of targets with Joe Flacco. He's getting a lot of targets still with Zach Wilson. Logan Thomas versus Tennessee. Tennessee is one of the worst teams when it comes to guarding tight ends. It's not like they've played world beaters. They played the Giants. They played the Colts. Mo Alie-Cox cooked them up. Let's see. They played. Can't even think of all the teams that they've played. But honestly, it really doesn't even matter. They played the Raiders. Logan Thomas, not the best target in Washington by any means, but look for him to have, I'd say, 5 receptions for 60, 70 yards, maybe 5 receptions for 30, 40 yards and a touchdown if he's so lucky. Then Kyle Pitts at Tampa Bay. I think this is going to be the first game that Kyle Pitts comes as a breakout. He's going to be on the field a lot because they're going to be down a lot. And while he's not a great blocker, Tampa Bay has good pass rushers, so he is going to be in on that line a bit. But more than likely, he's just going to be out split wide for, receiving purposes. The bust this week, Pat Freiermuth going up against Buffalo. Buffalo's got, one of the best front-to-back defenses in the league. Kenny Pickett doesn't really seem like a tight end guy. His style of play doesn't really lend to the tight end as much as it would to George Pickens, a Deontay Johnson, or even a Chase Claypool. And so he's going to be on the field a bit because they're going to be down, but I think he's going to be spending more time blocking than anything else. Zach Ertz, Philadelphia, they've got Nakobe Dean. They've got great safeties. They've got, maybe good safeties and great corners. Zach Ertz should not be really dominating this game. Philadelphia's defense is just too good, and their pass rush is going to require him to stay in to block more, and their linebackers are going to be able to cover him just fine if and when he splits out wide on all those pass assignments. TJ Hockenson at New England. I don't want to overreact to the game that TJ Hockenson just had, so let's make sure that we're not thinking he's a top 3, top 2 tight end in the league because he had a great game. He's a top 6 tight end in the league, and he did have a great game. But New England is really good at covering tight ends. They always have been, and he's just not going to be able to reproduce the game that he had last week. Dalton Schultz at the Rams. Look to sit him because he is going to. Number one, he's recovering from that injury, but more than that, I think he's going to have to be coming in on a lot of trick plays, a lot of sweeps, a lot of end arounds that lead to running backs getting yards behind him blocking. I think he's going to play more of a fullback role in this game. Now, I think that it's going to be a closer game, so I don't know if Dallas is going to have to be passing as much, but I still expect him to be on the field a little bit more than you normally would have a tight end on the field. And then George Kittle at Carolina. I'm sitting him just because Carolina has a really good pass rush and then a really good safety in Jeremy Chin. So if George Kittle is on the field, chances are he's blocking. If he runs a route, he's going to have a pretty good safety over top watching over him. I expect this to be a low scoring, punt, run, punt game. Yeah, so beyond that, George Kittle really hasn't found himself this year in the offense yet. He's been doing a lot of blocking. To be fair to him, he's 1-1 with an extremely close loss, that 11-10 loss. But that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't start him just quite yet. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think about this week in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date on all of our future content.